All right, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the nation. All right, could I please have a motion to approve the agenda? Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That passes. Next, could I have a motion to approve Board of Education meeting minutes for June 10th, 2021?
Yep.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
And anyone opposed? And that also passes. And next we have patron comments, and I think we have one patron comment. Yep. So before we get started tonight, I'm going to just read this section about addressing the board for patron comments. During patron comments, citizens may address the Board of Education concerning issues related to the school district. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. If multiple citizens are speaking to the same topic, they may combine their comments and the board will extend their time to 5 minutes. Please note that at the board's discretion, the board or superintendent may respond immediately to an issue raised during patron comments for clarification. However, our general practice is to respond to the comment at a later time via a phone call or written message if a response is needed. We have a podium with microphone ready so both the board and the audience may hear the patron comment clearly. Board meeting proceedings are also recorded and posted on Rockwood's YouTube channel. This evening we have one patron comment. For your convenience, our 3-minute clock is up top, and we have Beth Fitzgerald here.
Good evening. Beth Fitzgerald. I was a member of the school board for 9 years, and I'm here. I just have a very short comment to make, but I have to say how dismayed I was by the Time article today. And I think that so many school board members through the ages have done everything they could to make sure that Rockwood was in the best position possible for its children, for every student in the district, and that by allowing disparaging information seems to be somewhat, I would say, editorialized, is a concern. And I think it is up to all of you to show the leadership necessary to make sure that the children in this district have the best chance possible. You have to think that after other universities see the article about Rockwood, how questionable it'll be if our students can get in the best colleges. And I do think that there's a potential of having issues with many parents thinking that the district does not have the best interests of their children at heart. So please, please do what you can to lift up Rockwood, not tear it down. Thank you.
And I believe that's the only patron comment this evening. So next we have superintendent and board comments. And this evening we welcome Dr. Paul Northington to the table to share some comments with us.
Good evening. Hello, my name is Paul Northington. I am the Chief Financial Officer of the Rockwood School District, and I'm pleased to be delivering the superintendent comments to the board tonight as we prepare to welcome our new interim superintendent, Dr. Timothy Ricker, to his new post starting next Thursday, July 1. Welcome, Dr. Ricker. Also this evening, the Board of Education approved 3 new additions to our district administrative team. Mrs. Taylor Koenig is a new administrative intern at Westridge Elementary. Mrs. Erin Knight is a new administrative intern at Stanton Elementary. And Mrs. Laura Stroot is a new administrative intern at Baldwin Elementary. All will begin their new positions July 1. Currently, Taylor teaches 4th grade at Remington Traditional School in the Pattonville School District, where she has worked since 2016. She was named her school's Teacher of the Year in 2020 and received the Missouri Association of Colleges for Teacher Education Outstanding Beginning Teacher Award in 2017. Taylor earned both a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education and a Master of Arts in Educational Leadership from Maryville University. Erin is currently an instructional mathematics coach for the district, a position she has held for the past year. Prior to that, she was a teacher for 9 years at Fairway Elementary, where she began her teaching career and was named the school's Teacher of the Year in 2020. Erin earned a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education from Webster University and a Master of Science in Curriculum Instruction from Southwest Baptist University. She is also currently working on her doctorate in educational leadership from Maryville University. Currently, Laura teaches second grade at Babler Elementary School, a position she has held since 2007. She was named Babler's Teacher of the Year in 2020. Laura has also served as the district's math curriculum committee for 4 years. A Lafayette High grad, Laura earned a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood from the University of Texas, as well as a Master of Arts in Education from Southwest Baptist University. Erin and Laura are both in attendance tonight, so please stand again to be recognized and help me congratulate them on their new position. Welcome. The Rockwood School District continues to experience technical issues that are affecting the operability of certain systems. When we first discovered these issues last Thursday morning, we started an investigation and determined that we were the victim of a malware attack on our internal systems. We have listed the assistance of national experts, including federal law enforcement and computer forensic specialists, to investigate this issue, determine the nature and scope of the incident, and to restore systems and services as quickly as possible. Due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, we appreciate our community's patience, discretion, and understanding as we work to resolve this incident. We will certainly keep everyone updated as we learn more about the extent of the issue. In the meantime, we have constructed a temporary website at rsdmo.org, and we have developed some frequently asked questions and answers that we will continue to update as the investigation continues. In other news, Wildwood's new auxiliary gym/storm shelter was completed on April 29th. The project served 2 purposes. Number one, providing Wildwood the only one of our middle schools without a gym, in addition to its main gym, with a nearly 8,000 square foot multi-use facility, as well as making the facility a tornado storm shelter that can withstand winds up to 250 miles per hour by installing concrete, cast walls, and ceiling panels. The project took nearly a year to complete and was funded by a 2017 bond issue, as well as a grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This is the second tornado storm shelter constructed in the district, following the gym at the new Eureka Elementary. I would like to thank our Director of Facilities, Chris Friend, and his team for their outstanding work on this project, as well as the Rockwood community for supporting the bond issue that has allowed us to undertake facility upgrades such as this. Riley Howard, a senior at Lafayette High, has been named the 2020-2021 Gatorade Girls Soccer Player of the Year, becoming the first Lafayette girls soccer player chosen for this honor since 2000. I was also just recently informed that our honoree in 2000 is our very own Laura Strout, who we mentioned earlier. And this is the first district player chosen since 2018. The Gatorade Player of the Year program recognizes one winner annually for each state in the District of Columbia in 12 different high school sports. The recipients are chosen for their outstanding athletic excellence and high standards of academic achievement and exemplary character demonstrated both on and off the field. Riley scored a school record 41 goals for the district champion Lancers this past season, while also maintaining good grades and volunteering in the community. Congratulations, Riley, on this outstanding achievement. And finally tonight, I'd like to share with you this Fox 2 news story on rising Rockwood Summit High freshman Nate Ratliff. Nate was recently honored as the Kids Wish Network 2020 Hero of the Year in a ceremony at the Fenton Fire Protection District for actions he took in helping save his father's life last December. Let's watch.
Boy helped save the life of his father last December.
Yeah, and for his quick thinking, Nate Ratliff earned a national award and a life-size check he'll never forget. Fox 2's Ty Hawkins shows us the big surprise.
13-year-old Nate Ratliff doesn't consider himself a hero.
I don't feel like a hero. I just did what anyone else would do.
Last December, he was on a hike with his dad, Craig, in Lone Elk Park when Craig suddenly had a heart attack.
I'm grabbing onto a tree, clutching my chest, trying to help him as much as he helped me. And I mean, it was having a savior and a guardian angel with you that day. So.
If it wasn't for Nate quickly and calmly calling 911, Craig may not be here today.
He wasn't there. These guys would have never been able to find me. And
Tuesday morning, Nate thought his day was going to be simple. Go to football practice, tour the Fenton Firehouse #1, take a nap. The thing is, the tour wasn't actually a tour.
He has no idea what he's coming here for, and he has no idea that I'm going to present a check to him.
The nonprofit Kids Wish Network was in Fenton to surprise Nate as its Kids Wish Network 2020 Hero of the Year.
It's really hard to pick that just one.
Falk says she first saw the Ratliff story on fox2now.com. Then she spoke to Nate.
He's not your typical 13-year-old. I think he is wise beyond his years, and he's going to do great things.
While some 13-year-olds might go bonkers upon receiving a giant $5,000 check and winning a Hero of the Year award, Nate was Nate, as even keel as they come.
It's overwhelming.
Thankful and humbled, he already had an idea of what he's going to do with the money. After all, he is a teenager.
Sports gear and savings, maybe. My parents said they would match whatever I put towards the car, so that's what I'm doing.
Emily says she's always seen a special side of Nate, and she's glad everyone else gets to see it.
I hope as time goes on and we reconcile our feelings about what happened 6 months ago a little bit more, that he can realize his role in everything and that he really is worthy of the title hero.
Craig is happy to be alive and proud to call Nate his son.
I love you, and thank you for sticking by me and your mom and family and friends.
In Fenton, Ty Hawkins, Fox 2 News.
Nate's pretty reserved, but I think
hard.
he's pretty excited.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Way to go. Thank you for those comments.
Welcome.
A lot of good
Thank
ones.
you.
Any board comments tonight? Everybody's quiet. Happy summer. All right. Next, could I please have a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted? Okay. Motion and a second. Any discussion on these?
Do have one donation tonight. Shaper Tools, non-monetary, $2,500. The gift of this equipment is an appreciation of the Rockwood collaboration with EDU institutions to accompany the CNC router, whatever that means. Donation of a Sharper or Origin, which has a handheld CNC router that is at the forefront of the latest machinery used in the field of industrial technology. That helps it a little bit.
Yes. It's awesome. All right, so the motion is to approve the consent agenda items as submitted. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that passes. The next item is a presentation for us. The American Heart Association Youth Market Director, Carrie Bocker, is coming up to do a presentation about their latest campaign with Rockwood. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Sorry. As you said, I'm Carrie Bocker. I'm a Youth Market Director for American Heart Association, but I'm also a proud Rockwood graduate, and parent. So personally, before I get to business, I just want to thank you guys for your service. It's been a tough year, so thank you. I am here to share some great news. I work with primarily PE teachers across the district, and this is probably the best part of my job, is to come and share with school districts the amazing impact that they're making for the American Heart Association. So, as you all know, this year was extremely challenging for school districts as well as nonprofits across the country. But several schools within Rockwood said yes when I went to them to see if they wanted to participate in Kids Heart Challenge. And as you can see, Rockwood is one of 14,000 school districts that participated or partnered with the American Heart Association this year. And since I met you guys last summer via Zoom, I have a few things I wanted to share. Number one, Amy Gentry and Corey Hoots at Werther Elementary were named Missouri Hearties Coordinators of the Year Award. And as you can see, they are true heart heroes and they have a lot of fun with their kiddos. And you'll see they had an amazing impact this year. You'll see what they did this year as well. Also at Blevins Elementary, Jean Ann Lashley and Holly Leonards, who retired last year, they won the 2020 Missouri Hearties School of the Year. And I love this picture because they had the kids do ice water over their heads if they raised a certain amount. So it was a fun celebration assembly that we got to have with them. And then this year, we were narrowly, I say we because I feel like I'm a part of it as a parent, but we were narrowly inched out by Fort Zumwalt as the School District of the Year. I know we'll be back on top next year. So I know that's going to happen. But I also wanted to let you know later this summer, we are going to have our second version of Missouri Hearties. And we have some nominees and some people that we'll be recognizing. And so you can see the list up there as well. Okay, so the real business. Among elementary schools that participated this year, 831 families registered on our online platform, and 661 of those families took a challenge to either be kind, move more, or drink more water. And you can see what percentage, how it fell out on the pie chart there. There were a total of 560 students that generated online donations for a total of over $76,000 among Rockwood schools. Which is amazing. Your lifetime impact is $1.6 million. And we like to say that we start our research grants at $25,000. So if you do the math, and if I did my math correctly, Rockwood has funded over 65 research studies for the American Heart Association, which is an amazing, amazing impact. Thank you. Okay, so here's the honor roll. Here are my schools that participated this year and the funds they raised. You'll see we had some schools that had their best year ever. During a pandemic, that seems really, really crazy to see. But through these funds, we were able to allocate $2.5 million towards COVID research and the impact of heart health. So thank you very much for that. And finally, we continue to need the help of school districts like Rockwood to help combat the lack of physical activity among youth, which we saw skyrocket as a result of COVID and at-home school. The AHA continues to advocate for healthy school lunches and has been instrumental in eliminating the vaping pod flavors, which is an epidemic in our community. On top of that, we have advocated to increase the age to 21 to purchase those products in local governments or local areas. And finally, we continue to be a leader among CPR training in the U.S. Last year, 207 Rockwood families learned how to do hands-only CPR through our online platform. And my goal for 2022 is to significantly increase that. So I just wanted to say I cannot thank you guys enough. I know it's a little cliche to say from my bottom of my heart, thank you, but on behalf of the American Heart Association, we really, truly appreciate the partnership with you all. Thank you very much.
Carrie,
Thank you, Carrie.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say happy birthday.
Thank
today.
you.
And I could figure up your age, but I won't bother with that.
I'm not 50 yet.
No.
Not yet. Thank you
Happy
very
birthday.
much. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. So thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing such good news. Oh, Yeah, good. Go eat some cake. Our gift will be not singing to you. All right, next, could I please have a motion to approve and adopt the 2021-2022 budget as presented?
Move.
Motion and a second and some discussion.
Evening.
Hi, Dan.
So we're going to go through a couple slides that summarizes the budget. We first presented our budget target back in February, and then we provided an update in the end of May. So the budget that we're presenting for adoption tonight has very little change from what we presented back in May. So we're going to move forward with, upon approval, kind of finalizing everything so that we're set for July 1. We have a few slides here if I can get there. There we go. All right, this is just kind of a quick summary of when we talk about the budget. We typically throughout the year will look at the focus on the operating funds. Those are the funds that are supported by a local community, state revenues, and then we also bring in all of our debt service and bond issue funds and everything. So from a total standpoint, we're looking at an adopted budget of $294 million for our revenue side. So that includes all of our revenue, operating revenue of $239, and then we'll bring in our debt service, bond issue funds. Where bond issue, notice we only got about $57,000. That's because we're essentially spending the money that we've collected when we sold the bonds a couple of years ago. That $57,000 is relatively interest, which is just it's an indication of the low interest market that we're seeing. So, and then our self-sustaining funds. So our self-sustaining funds are community education, child nutrition, and right now we're budgeting for all of those to kind of go back to pre-COVID activities from the standpoint of being ready for a school year, from lunches, and then also from all our community ed programs and that. So $294 million for our total budget revenue. And then from an expenditure side, we're looking at adopted budget of $305 million. You'll notice that a lot of that is related to the spending of the bond issue. So we're continuing to spend on those bond proceeds, which is causing it's to be about $10 million more than what our revenues are, but that's because we've already collected those funds. Operating standpoint, and we'll show here in a minute, we are balanced. We're presenting a balanced budget for our operating funds. That's something that's been a target of ours, and we're carrying forward for the 21-22 school year a balanced budget for the operating side. We project our fund balance to be at around $59.8 million next year. So that's equivalent to about 25% from our fund balance percentage. Again, we do have a balanced budget, and that reflects a small increase of about $110,000. So once we kind of get into the school year, tax rates get set in September. They'll kind of give us an indication of where we're looking at for next school year. We'll provide an update, and we'll kind of go through and update all of our numbers for the next school year. But as of right now, we're looking at a $100,000 increase to our fund balance. Total funds. Again, this just kind of recaps our budgeted revenue of $294 million, expenditures of $305. So you can see in total, our fund balance is going to go down about $10.8 million. But again, that's directly related to a large part of spending down on our bond issue and spending on the facility cycle maintenance, as well as finishing up some of our large projects that are going on right now. So with that, as part of our kind of our focus for adopting this budget, we wanted to maintain our board policy of 3117 of the budget reserves. We want to make sure we maintain cash flow to prevent any kind of borrowing of funds to get us through our tax collections, which typically start in December. And then we also, as part of that, want to maintain that we have a AAA rating. So we're one of 4 school districts in Missouri that have that. So that's one of our goals, is to maintain that. And we're going to continue to update and monitor any kind of financial conditions as we kind of get through the new school year. And again, a lot of it will be based on the tax rates that are going to be set in September. So it is a reassessment year. We've taken that into account as part of projections, and they'll give a clear picture as kind of where we'll kind of update everything and get going for the 21-22 school year. Any questions?
And did we think at the beginning of the year with COVID and everything that we'd be in this position?
A year ago, we I know a common word we said was uncertainty through it, and we're definitely in a better. Our final numbers coming in for this school year are a lot better than they were a year ago. State revenue, when we started last year, state revenues were cut 5%. In March of 21, the governor reinstated those, so that helped, as well as Prop C, sales tax monies, things like that. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely in better shape than we were a year ago.
Thanks.
That we always participate in the Meritorious Budget Award, so we're in the final stages of preparing that document. So our intention is to continue that for the district, and we'll present the full budget document. So part of the attachments here is our budget in detail, but we'll bring that full 300-page book to you in July for some fun reading, and we'll submit it for the award again.
Oh, we came up with 24% budget reserve, but I only see 22% up there.
It's been 22% for a number of years.
Oh, it wasn't 24. Okay, I don't remember where I saw that. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Dan this evening? Or Superintendent CFO, Dr. Paul Northington?
Thank you, Dan. Great presentation as always. He does great work in
Yeah.
the finance office.
It works for
For
all you guys. I
sure.
know it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so the motion is to approve and adopt the 2021-2022 budget as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Okay.
Anyone opposed? That passes. Thank you, Dan. Next up, we have the proposed agenda for the July 22nd, 2021 Board of Education meeting. Will be our only July meeting, so we have quite a number of agenda items for that night. Take a look at that. And then we'll have future agenda presentations and events to attend. Obviously, we can always check our calendar, but it looks like we have a couple things on here. November 4th, MSBA Board President's Workshop. And then November 5th through 7th, the MSBA Annual Conference in Kansas City.
Gonna be in Kansas City again this year?
It's going to be in the registration opens this Monday. So I know Tom and Tammy have indicated that they were going to go. And if anybody else is sure about that, to let me know so we can get into the hotel that's closest to the convention center. So the Safe Schools is on a Thursday if anybody wants to go to that. And then the conference is Friday through Sunday.
Gonna offer virtual also?
They're not indicating that at this time.
Okay.
All right. Anything else to attend? Just check your calendars. And with that, we will adjourn the meeting.